Good evening. Welcome to another session of God Talk, where me and you, because we brothers and sisters, we decide, hey, we can talk. We don't have to be in a, place of worship to talk about the spiritual, where we're going. This morning I received news that, that one of my colleagues in one of the medical schools had moved on. Everybody's saying RIP, rest in peace, and that's good because, we love one another. Love is written in our DNA mind. A gift from the infinite spirit comes with three virtues. There is a scientific arithmetic capacity of a normal mind. A normal mind is able to know right and wrong. You see that? Morality is written in our DNA. And another thing that's written in our DNA that's not in animals is worship and wisdom. Worship, a faithful reflection upon the spiritual. Every time you are thinking about who you are, where did you come from and where are you going? What's your destiny? What you doing here? Just to get a job, get rich, grow wealthy, eat, and die? No. There is a plan and a purpose of destiny. And today, like I said, I received the news and I was thinking, how many of us truly understand that very amazing and astonishing plan of creation, evolution, revelation, ascension, and perfection in the spiritual infinity of paradise? You see, it's all right. Everyone will make it. It's really a fallacy, this idea of many thinking, because I'm in this sect, because I'm in this religion or what, I'm the one who is going to make it. No, you all are very precious. You are precious beyond your wildest imagination. It's taken billions of years. The promulgation of finite reality in the distant past by the universe of Father, dictating that finites would be created in two orders. The maximum, primary, perfect beings found in heaven. Heaven, I'm telling you, surrounds paradise. And heaven, another name for heaven, is the central universe of power and perfection. Heaven and paradise are from eternity, and that's where we are going. It's a long journey, not really explained in any of the current theologies on the planet. To know what is going on in the spiritual, it is not a joke, I'm telling you. You really are not going to be looking for fame. Like, for instance, now I've decided, I've gotten ready, I'm going to start speaking boldly. Many, will think I'm crazy, and that's all right. But the Spirit of truth, which the paradise creator, Son of God, many call him Yeshua, Jesus, some call him the boat builder of Capernaum. And Capernaum, pronounced properly, the way it was written in Greek is Capernaum. Don't forget, it's part of the training. If you want to speak to people about the spiritual, you have to be found a workman approved of God's work. And there's no time for fame. That's why you don't know me. Because I spent those 30 years hooking up with the spiritual. And the spiritual, to hook up with the spiritual, is not, it's not an imaginary thing. Everyone on the planet is designed that if you follow the established order of eternity and creation protocol, you will be able to make contact from time and space with the spiritual reality. How does that happen? You are not, yes, you are animal in an animal body, but your spirit is the Spirit of God in you. They are called the thought adjusters in the rest of the universe of universes. And whether or not you have this idea that only planet Earth exists, it's all right. Everyone on the planet makes it into resurrection if somehow in you you've been wanting to know God. That's all it is required. Faith in the fatherhood of God. It doesn't matter who you think that father is. It doesn't matter which part of the planet you were born in, Brazilian forest or, countries that don't allow spirituality openly. But the Spirit of God, the same in each of us, initiates the hunger to know Him. And He knows where you are. He created you. He created the planet you are in. In Him we live, move, and have our being. Let's not have a religiosity of just, cytoplasmic knowledge in the mind that we want to regurgitate and repeat to others. No, let's be able to process it and reason and talk to God, because we have a hunger created in us to know God. We have responded, and now we are determined not only to find God and know Him, but to be like Him. And what is His nature? Truth. Living love. Truth is changeless. From eternity, truth is the living love. If you want to pursue truth in everything you're doing on a daily basis, then you're trying to be like God. If in your place of work, whatever you're doing, you're saying, Father, let me treat these people the way you would treat them, because they're your children. They have eternity in them. A fragment of God's spiritual infinity from paradise is in everyone. Expanding your mind, growing you, so that you can make up decisions that are important in your ascension. Everything on this world that is happening to you is preparation for the spiritual universe. That's why it is an imperfect planet. No one is perfect, and no one should be judging any other person because they wronged or they did imperfect. No. We are made imperfect precisely because those barriers, difficulties we encounter result in virtues that we shall need in the spiritual universe. Example, spiritual intuition, courage, which is defined as strength of character, understanding, spirit of understanding, spirit of knowledge, spirit of counsel. Man is a gregarious character, wants to always associate. This is spirit of counsel. And the last two, spirit of worship and wisdom, only with human beings, not animal. We share the first 5 adjutant mind spirits from the Holy Spirit. Many of you have to change your thinking of the spiritual universe, all mind on the local universe, not just planet Earth. Many more that you don't know because the knowledge is lost. When the Lucifer rebellion is happening 200,000 years ago, affecting 37 planets in the system of Saturnia, where planet Earth is. 37 planets joined the rebellion 200,000 years ago. Our planetary prince, Caligasti, appointed by Lucifer, to rule. The spiritual foundation of this planet started 500,000 years ago when Caligasti a Lanonandek descending Son of God. That's the order of creation that Lucifer is in. When Lucifer is chosen to be the sovereign ruler of 607 inhabited planets, those planets include planet Earth, which is number 606, to have life implanted on it. And Lucifer gets appointed out of 12 million Lanonandek sons of God. He says, okay, you shall become the sovereign ruler of Satania. Satania, is planned to have 1,000 inhabited planets when the Paradise Sun finishes with creation in a distant future. You don't know all these things. That's why Jesus said, come like a baby. A baby has a mind that is open to receiving new information. A baby is like a sponge. Jesus said, be like a sponge, be like a baby. Come like a baby, because there is so much that you don't know. To think that the infinite knowledge of the creators, the universal Father, the eternal Son, and the infinite Spirit, together with all their paradise creators, sons, magisterial sons, Trinity teachers, sons, ancients of days. There's a lot you don't know. So come like a baby, and not with pride and prejudice is what's preventing us from moving on to the spiritual reality, because time and space, very different reality. Only the Spirit of God in you, with your desire, willing, mortal mind, can begin. Oh, sorry, I gotta close this window. I'm sorry, but because there's too much noise. This is raw, this is real. I don't have all that. Well, let's get back on the subject. So, you are created. There is evolution over many millions of years, billions. Life is planted by the life carriers on a planet. The life carriers, I know you don't know, are the progeny of the paradise creator Son. An example is Jesus. They're very powerful. They are sub-infinite manifestation of the infinite power of the universal Father. I told you yesterday, God is pure energy, pure spirit. That's what you are going to become at the end of your long, long journey of ascension and spiritual perfection in paradise. You need to know how that journey is going to be like. You have to stop this holier than thou attitude that is honestly, and you can take me to court, but that is a sign of spiritual bondage. When the Spirit of God is in you to reveal the secrets of the universe. No one else has been to the bosom of the Father except the Spirit of God in you. And you know that the only place you're really free is your consciousness, your mind. And mind is not brain. Mind, organized consciousness, a gift to you from the infinite Spirit, the infinite mind of all mind on the planet, in the universe of universes, is from the infinite Spirit. And in the local universes, each local universe designed at the end of creation to have 10 million inhabited planets. You on planet Earth, let me tell you, you live in the local universe of Nibiton. You don't have to have faith. It's too much you don't know. Nibiton, being created by the paradise Son Jesus, these days is called the Master Michael. He rules his universe from Salvington. He started creating Salvington 400 billion years ago. Only the Spirit of God in you can make you have an unchallengeable and conscious awareness of spiritual reality. Why don't you just chill, be humble, and just listen? Because you don't have the time anymore to go through the journey some of us have gone to be where we are. 25 years trying to understand those languages in which your New Testament was written. I apologize to my foundation spiritual is Christianity. However, everyone has different foundations. Everyone is a different person and a different way of responding to the Spirit of God in them. So, my foundation may be Christian, your foundation may be Buddha, Islam, many different ones. But this standard is that the Spirit of God in you is the same for all of us. Doesn't matter which religion, tribe, race, color, continent, planet. The Spirit of God unifies all of us. But all of us are going through different experiences. That's the color, that's the beauty. And true beauty, God defines it as your increasing ability to understand and to comprehend different levels of reality. Now you're in time and space. And you will live here. You will struggle for energy, for food, for shelter. You go through an experiential process that will result in your intellectual consciousness having a good idea about self-intuition, understanding. You will have an archive of knowledge in your intellect. You will have faith. You will have, by the work of the Spirit of God in you, begun to activate the spirit potentials of your mind so that your immortal soul can be built by the same Spirit of God in you and your willing mortal mind. That happens only if you want to be godlike. It's not a joke. You are not being asked not to be sinful. You are not being asked not to speak lies, not to kill, and all that, because of any other reason other than that is distanced from the nature of God. Only when you desire to be like God can His Spirit begin to create a spiritual copy of you, the immortal soul, semi-material, semi-spirit, a work that's going on in your superconscious that is of such importance because it has eternal implications. The only way to get you out of this planet and into the spiritual reality after you die is through your immortal soul. Your personality, which you haven't even thought about, a gift from the Father, will be carried in the immortal soul. I can't stress enough about this because in these discussions, God Talk, I will be taking you to where you haven't been. And I know, I'm not going to even, listen, don't wait for me to ask you to subscribe. That is manipulation. God doesn't want anybody to be manipulated. You have, with the free gift of will, to decide for just material, wealth, richness, death, or you have to decide that a time will come that you need to transfer your seat of identity from the material to the spiritual. That means you begin to want to know about God, to desire to be like Him, to know Him. Faith in the sonship of God, the fatherhood of God, and therefore spiritual brotherhood of everyone. Service to each other is second only to the love of the Father. You don't need to be in a brick building somewhere called a place of worship to worship God, because worship means faithful reflection upon the spiritual. Worship is for its own sake. You don't get any material gain, but spiritually, as you continue to think and reflect and search and read about God, your immortal soul, your spiritual copy, God is growing it. Only the immortal soul, only through the immortal soul that is growing and being created by the Spirit of God in you, only through the immortal soul can you perceive the spiritual reality. And only the immortal soul can reach down to your mind to inform you of what it is observing in the spiritual reality. The immortal soul is you in creation. You, as a child of God, have been given, evolution has given you, in its slowness, is given you an opportunity to participate in the creation of who you're going to become. You are a son of God because His Spirit lives in you, and that Spirit came from paradise and has been in you and will be in you until you die, trying to make you like Him, so that at resurrection, that immortal soul which will carry your personality will be fused with that Spirit of God. I can't repeat enough, but now let me move on. I do this all the time because I just cry because there's so many of us who don't understand the only path to eternity is you linking up with the Spirit of God in you and wanting to be like that Spirit. Truth, beauty, goodness, and love. High moral values, perfection. The one commandment in the universe of universes is, be you perfect, even as I am perfect. So now you die, like my friend this morning. There are 3 kinds of death. I know you know only one. But I said, I always like I'm a small child. I don't know everything. So I want you to know what I know, because nobody else will tell you. 3 kinds of death. Spiritual death. Spirit of God comes to indwell you at 6 years. Works expands your mind, convicts you to believe in the fatherhood, and you say you don't want nothing to do with God, and for a whole lifetime they're trying, and once they're certain you made a decision, Spirit of God records that at the headquarters of the super universe and paradise and leaves your temple. But the angel stays to continue ministering to you in your mortal life. But Spirit of God vacated long ago. That's spiritual death. You will not resurrect, because there will be no immortal soul, and there will be no Spirit of God to answer for you in the judgment call in the dispensation of the age when mortals undergo judgment by the magisterial sons of God. Judgment is not about throwing some to hell, demons, what? No. This is why you need to listen to what I'm telling you. It will set you free. That's what Jesus came to do, to set the spiritually blind, make them see, set them free from spiritual bondage. And spiritual bondage is not knowing that infinity lives in you. You can hook up with the Spirit of God via a long journey of faith, but it works. It does work. In the beginning it's childish, but in the end, amazing things happen. Trust me. So, resurrection after judgment. Judgment is about giving you, finding out what are your deficits in that 100 years or so you stayed here. And after they determine your deficits, then they give you a large mercy ticket, large enough so that after resurrection, if you really want to correct your deficits, now you have perfect teachers from paradise with the wisdom of the gods, such as the Trinity teacher sons. They are so knowledgeable that they are also the counselors of the paradise sons like Jesus, creators of universes. Begin to think differently. Don't go worshiping for the sake of the socialized group, because true religion, an individual, conscious and experiential relationship between you and God. You experience, true religion is lived, I keep saying. So after judgment, mercy ticket issued, the angel who carried your immortal soul goes back to the mansion world of resurrection. You will want to listen to this story, I'm telling you. Angel carries your immortal soul to the mansion world of resurrection, and the Spirit of God comes back from paradise with your memory, spirit transcript, mind transcript went with divinity back to paradise when you died. Your body decayed in the flesh. So you need to know how you're going to resurrect, what you need to do to make sure you have a wonderful immortal soul. So when the two, Spirit of God and the angel, meet in the mansion worlds of resurrection, a new form, semi-material, semi-spirit, body, it's not a body, but we don't have words, of a superior dimension has been prepared for you. And the Spirit of God takes residence in that new energy system. And the angel deposits the immortal soul, and through the energization by the Spirit of God, you regain consciousness, and they say, you will never forget your first day of resurrection throughout eternity. The surprise of the grandeur and beauty of the spiritual reality. Spiritual reality is not time and space. Time and space is this world where we love to make use of our six senses, feelings. Man likes to dance, man likes to love, man likes good things, shelter, big cars, homes. But after 100 years, you need somebody to take you to the bathroom because the time is over. Now it's spiritual ascension. And you will change that new body. It's called a morontia body, semi-material, semi-spirit. Believe me, no one is there to tell you. So listen, that form, they're going to change it for you 570 times before. You don't need a body no more. You're full spirit. And every time they're changing that form, it's like a new resurrection. Because the power directors who manipulate those new systems, when they give you another energy system, a new body, it's like you begin to see realities that you didn't perceive before. That's the nature of the spiritual world. You're born just like a baby. Baby not aware, grows, is getting more and more aware, knows his parents, begins to know his home, his brothers, then the community, then the country, then the planet. Hopefully after that, cosmic insight, citizen of the universe, which many have not reached. Many are practicing religion based on scientific and planetary values, and all of them are from God. But we need to reach now a new age where we can understand that everything is from the universal Father. That's all I have for today. Thank you guys, because time is run out. But follow me. And if you like this, speak it out. I told you, you will keep coming back. It's Dr. Zach saying, bye-bye.